Alright guys, welcome back to day 19 of our run here. We're working on the Naughty Sorceress quest. Load page, there we go. Mainly getting the keys. And after we get we just have to get the digital key. So after we get the digital key, we'll have all the keys for the tower door. Then we need to go find a beehive. And the electric boning knife if we don't already have it. Okay. So let's check to see if we have the electric boning knife. Equipment, maybe? Melee weapons? Okay, I don't see it there. Miscellaneous. No. Won't be a potion. Quest item, maybe? Nope, not there either. Okay, so we need to go get the electric knife from the thingy, the place. First off, we're gonna get in our war hippie fatigues though, and go get money from the hippie store. Ha! Am I going to do this every day? We're still working on this? Yes. And probably thereafter, even when I'm not making videos on this. Why? Because free money is free best. It's a terrible pun, but just roll with it. Okay, so we're all dressed up. We're unequipping that offhand because we've got an offhand. No, it's an accessory. Never mind, it's an accessory. It's transfunctioner is an accessory. So we're gonna unequip the glass eye. Oh, we forgot to save our. Well, it doesn't matter because we're doing things. Quit it. Get our shield back though. Then our score's blue right now, so we should have entered a blue. I did some research. Okay, we gotta get the continuum transfunctioner. And because our score is blue, we want to be running a different area. So blue, we want to be running in Megalo City. Then when it goes to green, we'll want to go to the Heroes Field. And it changes color every 5 adventures, apparently. So we're just going to get right into it. And because of the way we're set up with our skills and things, we get plus bonus points for adventuring here. So we should get 400 every round. So that'll get. We need 10,000 points in order to get our digital key. So that's where we're at. So let's fight again. As soon as our score switches to something that's not blue, we will be moving on. Should just switch screen. Okay. So back to the 8-bit realm. Yes, failed. I don't think we're going to get any bonus points. Yeah, we're not going to get any bonus points. Let's just double check to see if we'll get bonus points still. Yeah, we're still getting bonus points here. So we're still making double what we're making at other places. So we're just going to keep going in Megalo City. Okay, so it's orange, but we don't. Because all the other ones have like really painful requirements that we're not going to meet. So, okay, so we're getting the 400 ones again. Okay. We can make different things with the pixels, I believe. Don't know what, and it's not really useful to us immediately, so. Okay, 2 more adventures. There we go. Awesome. So back to the 8-bit realm, go to the treasure house, open the first chest. We got the digital key. Okay, so we have all of our keys now. So we're going to go back. We're going to unequip this because we don't need it anymore. Well, we don't need it at the moment. We're going to equip Door of the Silver Wasne again. We're going to call this regular, save as custom. There we go. Awesome. Did we find better pants? Could have sworn we got some pants that were better. If we find any black pants, I think those are definitely better than what we're currently using. Because our Wampa pants just give us stench damage and resistance. I guess that stench damage is nice. Okay, so we need to go to the... close that. We're done with that. We're done with that too. Okay, so we need to get a beehive from the blackberry patch in the Black Forest. Okay, how do we get the beehive? From the Be Rewarded. Okay, Black Forest. Smackety smack, don't talk back. Black Adder. Head towards the blackberry patch. Head towards the buzzing sound. Keep going. Almost there. We got a beehive. Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, so we got our beehive. We're going to go burn skill. Well, not burn skills. We're going to go use skills. What does Muscular Moose do? More attracted to me. That's not... Yeah, we don't want to do that again. Normally, this would be really helpful. Right now, it is not helpful at all. Because what we need comes from non-combats. So if you're trying to avoid non-combats, Muscular Boost is really helpful. If you want non-combats, which we get the carving knife from a non-combat, so that's kind of antithetical to what we're trying to do. Because we don't have it. Okay, so we got our beehive really quickly, actually. That was cool. So the wall of meat. Yeah, no, that's nothing. The wall of bones, that's the boning knife. The mirror is not an issue. Fighting our shadow, we need some really good healing items. So that one we might have to do a little more research for healing items to use. But yeah. So, but we're trying to find the Foodie Night Giant's room to get the boning knife. So open that up. Make sure home on the free range, which is on the ground floor. Okay, so near my planes, beanstalk, ground floor. Schmackety schmack. Stop talking back. Okay, Foodie Giant. Come on. Please. Right. Procrastination. Okay, I'm gonna use an item then. What do I have a lot of? Oh, I do have an electric boning knife. Is it in the combat items? Well, apparently I don't need that. Okay, we're just gonna keep trying. Okay, artisanal rice peeler. That's what. Okay, so we already have the boning knife. That just adventures wasted. Cool. Love that for me, but that's fine. Um, yeah, didn't realize it was a combat item. It's reusable. Oh, hmm, cool. That's cool. I thought it would show up in the quest times, but it's a common item, so okay. All right, so we've got the 6 keys. We've got the beehive. We got the boning knife. The wall of meat. We just need plus meat drops. Which, if we go get the blessing from the frat boys, can we get that blessing from the frat boys? I don't know. We might search around and see if there's some. Let's open that up. And then we need healing items. Let's see if fighting your shadow has any recommendations. Okay, meat from monsters. Familiars. Leprechaun, Tam O'Shanters, Fire Ants. Okay, we don't have any of those. Um, meat drop modifiers. Expand. Um, brain. That's a bad moon. Okay. Coveting drunk. I'm lost in the junk. Bottle of greedy dog. Okay. Mm, Frosty from. It's from an item obtained from a frost flower. Okay, how hard is a frost flower to get? Shit. Cannot be discarded. How about traded? Comes from a winter garden after 3 days, but we don't have a winter garden. Okay, well, frost flower. Um, sinuses for my. Wait, sinuses for miles. Mix icy vapor hotness inhaler. We might actually have that. Um, mix. No, that sounds more like a potion. I've got the rub. Where's the inhaler come from? From the top floor at all the rave, the lucky adventure. Cannot be discarded. I wonder if it can be traded, though. Okay, let's go check on the frost flower. Can't be that many things named Frost. Apparently I'm wrong. Frost flower. Oh boy, that's a good selling price for people, but not a good for me buy. Okay, let's try Nix. Not Nix. Mick with an M. The inhaler is 19,000 meat. Dang it. I mean, I can eat that, but so I can either do that or just suck it up and deal with the fact that we're gonna spend multiple adventures doing the wall of meat. Um, Harry will activate it repeatedly until its meat is removed. Having high plus meat bonuses helps tear it down faster. Okay, let's shadowy opponent. Damage entangling moves will not work. Passive stunning effects from equipment such as Double Ice, Shock Belt, Jurassic Park do work. Shadow you face, of course, depend on your class and gender, but should. Okay. Can attack your shadow. All are useless against Mario, Teddy Bear, and Origami Tail. Get special messages. Strategy. Cool. Only direct healing item skills will damage your shadow. For example, red pixel potions, gauze guarders. We got a lot of those. Extra strength red potions, and filthy poultices. How do we get a red pixel potion? Can we make it? 3 black pixels and 2 red pixels. Okay, what about the other ones? Gauze garters. We have gauze garters. How much do they heal though? Not that much. Okay. Vials of scented massage oil. Restores all MP. Wait. Hands on. Okay. Scented massage oil. Let's. Why not? Let's look. If I can spell scented correctly. That's not bad. Scented massage oil's 5,001, so let's buy one. I have the other things, and I can make red pixel ones. I think we just burn the adventures to do the meat one because I don't want to spend basically all my money that I have left to do that one. So yeah, we're not gonna worry about that one. So okay, we've prepped for this. Let's make a red pixel potion, I guess. 3 black pixels, 2 red pixels. Meat pasted together. Okay. Crafting. No, I want crafting. No, smith stuff? No. Black pixels. How do you make Hmm. Obtained from Crackpot Mystic. Okay, so we go to the Crackpot Mystic in the Forest Village. Okay. No, that's at the forest. Forest Village. Crackpot Mystic. Okay, so red pixel potion. Make. What's a pixel shield? Okay. Pixel sword. Interesting. Pixel bread. It's crappy, but it gives plus 50 meat from monsters. Can I make any? What about pixel whiskey? Okay. It's just white and brown pixels. Is it size 3? Yeah. Okay, so that's gonna hurt. Well, I don't have to do that until I actually get to that part, though, so probably won't be today. But that'll help with that. So we've got the solution to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just gaze into the bill. Or in the mirror, and then I'll find my shadow, which I got for that. Okay. So, gotta make the Wand of Nagmar. Yeah, because I'm gonna lose out on this. Can almost guarantee that. I'm gonna have to fight everyone on that one. Okay. W and metallic A, and then the lowercase n and the heavy D. Okay. Crafting. This is combining items. This is the Ruby W. And no, not the heavy D. Not the lowercase and the metallic A. Combine. And then we take the heavy D with the lowercase n. Combine. And then we take the WI or WA and combine it with the ND. We get the Wand of Nagamar. And when we go, we can equip this in our offhand. Because well, no, I'll need to pick up a skill to do that first, because I don't think I have it yet. I don't think I picked up double-fisted skull smashing yet. Nope, I have it. Yep, that's like, so we'll need to do that first too. But we're not quite there yet, so need to eat food. We're gonna eat a burrito, eat another burrito, eat a third burrito, call that good for the moment. And then we're going to drink all 3 of our nepthine, whatever, schnapps. Okay. So, we've done that. We're not going to get any of these. We're going to have to fight our whole way through. Okay, let's do it. Dive in and do it, you know. Okay. Registration desk. Enter the somewhat apprehensive at your smartest venture, somewhat apprehensive at your enter the fastest. Okay, that's fine. Enter the smartest. Number 10. That's better. And interesting is number 8. Hey, cool. Leave for now. Crowd adventures. Kung Fu Hustler. Smackety smack. You gotta be kidding me. Finally. Okay, cool. Again. Fight again. Let me smack people. Okay, where's the big smack? I'm gonna equip the big smack so I can do this. Yeah. Take that. Guaranteed hit. Shuck it. Wabam. Check it again. I think this is the combat initiative one. that I definitely lost out on. I'm glad I have a gigantic health pool. Don't have a gigantic MP pool though, so. Oh, this is the boss. And he got schmackety schmacketed. Okay, so hopefully I can just do, yeah. Okay. An accountant barbarian. Okay, some of these names are just hilarious. Another accountant barbarian. Smacky smack. Metaphysical gastronomist. So this is a postomancer, probably. An accountant barbarian. At least I can just smack these people. Okay. We might make it all the way through the Naughty Sorceress. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be actually very cool. Smack. Take 500 damage. Okay, so contest 3, we've got 7 competitors left. Oh, gosh. Attack, attack, attack. Fight again. Schmackety schmack. Don't talk back. Schmackety schmack. A granola barbarian. Oh my goodness. An assassin. Freaking dex builds. Okay, and then should be one more after this guy. Odorous humongous. Okay then. Schmackety schmack. Don't talk back. And I move on. Okay, so talk to contest official. Claim my prize. World's best adventurous Ash. Do I have to have this equipped? Oh no. Okay. You proceed along with your sash. Do I have to equip the sash? I don't think I do. You march proudly into the courtyard, but instead of fanfare of trumpets, a shower of roses, and the Roman adoring cloud, you are greeted with silence. You look around. This is not even a very nice courtyard. The grass is weedy and overgrown. The bushes are scraggly, and is that a skull on the ground? Before you can investigate, a shout from far above dominates your attention. Thanks, says the distant, but sorry, let me start again. Thanks, says the distant but still sultry voice, a voice that you are suddenly certain belongs to the sorceress herself. You shout back, somewhat confused. For what? For eliminating that little crowd of meddlesome adventurers. I'm sure I can find you a suitable reward here somewhere. Ah, of course. Here you go. A spherical object lands on the ground behind you, and when you turn around, you see wisps of pink gas coming out of it. It's pretty gas. Pretty pink gas. With black spots in it. Black spots on everything now. So, pretty sleepy. You bolt awake. Whoa, says a nasal voice behind you. You survived! I survived, you say, the fog of what seems like years of sleep still mucking up your brain. You turn around and see who you're talking to, and turns out to be, a creepy floating skull. Hey now, take it easy there, boss. I'm a friend. Name's Frank. Well, let me be frank, too. What the hell is going on here? How did I get here, and why am I talking to a skull from New Jersey? Oh, I didn't do a New Jersey voice. Oh well. Hey, lay off the accent, Chief. I am what I am. And what's going on is you survived your trap. Normally people don't wake up from that. I only barely live myself, if you can call this living. This has happened before. Oh yeah, I've been watching the process for, about 4,000 years, I'd say. Wait a second, he replied, astonished. The council said the king was imprisoned right before I got here. How can the sorceress have been here for 4,000 years? The council, explained Frank. That corrupt bunch of clowns is running the show now? Geez, no wonder nobody survives this. Get to the point, Frank. Has the sorceress really been here for thousands of years? Well, she has and she hasn't. Time's weird here, and let me tell you, it gets even weirder when you're 95% dead. But that's not important. What's important is that you're here now, and you survived, with more of your bits attacked than I did. Maybe together we could finish the job. What job is that? Same job as always, boss. Put an end to the sorceress's reign of terror. Free the king. I got a good feeling about you and me. I studied for years, memorized almost everything about this place. You need answers? I'm your guy. You need muscle? Well, no can do, chief. Okay then, what's next? Frank bobs his head towards the head mage in front of you. Okay. And this, according to this thingy, quit that. Frank will guide you through the hedge maze, saying you keep left all the time. If you do, you'll take 9 adventures and reward you with topiary nuggets. Okay, we're gonna take the 9 adventures. Okay. So, because we're still decent on turn count. So, hedge maze. You step through the arched entrance to the hedge maze and are faced with the classic maze choice. Do you go left or do you go right? It's a question as old as mazes. Frank says, stick to the left and everything will be alright. Do what Frank says. So, you hug the left wall for a while and move slightly deeper in the maze. A little chunk of the hedge breaks off in your hand. Frank says, good choice there, boss. Slow and steady wins the maze. Okay, says Frank. That's 11% of the maze done. How do you know that? You reply. They had a map. Made me memorize it. Took weeks. 11% isn't much. Are you sure this hug the left wall strategy is the most efficient way to do it? Frank says, just hug the left wall and we'll get through this. Do what Frank says. You shrug and continue to hug the left wall. Frank rocks back and forth, nodding his approval. Frank surveys the quarters and then says, near as I can tell, boss, we're about 22, 23% of the way through this thing. Stick with me and you're going places. I can't shake the feeling that I'm going places faster if we stopped covering the same ground over and over with your left wall method, Frank. Stick to the left and everything will be alright. Keeps the left. You reach one in the maze where the path butts up against a large, shallow, decorative pool. Frank says, okay, we're currently about a third of the way through this thing. Keep it up and we'll be there in no time. If you hug the left wall here, eventually we'll make it to the other side of that pool. Why don't I just wade across the pool? Wouldn't that be faster? Well, sure, Chief. It'll be faster at first, but then it'll be really slow because you'd be dead. That pool is a trap. I guarantee it. Frank says, just hug the left wall and we'll get through this. You approach a smaller square with a stack of dribble duck on it. This is the 44% duck, says Frank. We're almost halfway through. The 44% duck, huh? Yeah, check the inscription if you don't believe me. You do, and damned if he doesn't, right? Frank says, keep your hand on the left. You'll never be bereft. Go left. You reach another fork in the maze. You stop for a second to wonder whether it would be possible to eat corn on the cob with a fork. We're more than halfway there, buddy, says Frank, snapping out of your corn reverie. Frank, you say, this is agonizing. I get that following the left wall will eventually get us to the end of the maze, but it's so boring. Oh, I'm sorry, says Frank. I'd hate to have waited in that crappy courtyard for you for 4,000 freaking years, only to have you show up and get bored. Maybe instead of giving you advice on how to survive this maze full of deadly freaking traps, I should put on a one-man show or something. What are you in the mood for? Maybe some Beckett? Stoppard? Eh? Eh? All right, you say. Settle down. Frank says, just hug the left wall and we'll get through this. We're 5 in, 6 in, something. Frank shouts, 67%, baby! And look, We're in a straight corridor with no branches, so you got no options other than follow the left wall. Oh yeah, you retort? What about this manhole cover here? I bet this leads to a shortcut of some sort. Tunnels are almost always shortcuts. No, no, says Frank. They specifically warned me about this manhole. Manhole, they said. More like dead manhole. They weren't funny guys, really. They were more the thinking and planning type. Well, you're probably. Maybe they were as bad at planning as they were at jokes. Maybe the manhole is the right choice. Frank says, stick to the left and everything will be alright. We're 78% of the way through this thing, Chief. So close I could taste it. Or I would be able to, if I still had a tongue. Speaking of what you say, how are you talking exactly? Don't worry about it. Worry about this maze, and finishing it, by hugging the left wall. You take a look around. There's a direct path from you to the exit. You can see the door at the base of the tower. Frank says, stick to the left and everything will be alright. Follow the left wall. So, Topia Humongous can be exchanged after for gear. Um, you need more than a single ascension's worth in order to get that gear, but yeah. 89%! 89%! Shouts Frank. Just a few more steps and we're through. You look ahead and he's right. Straight shot to the door of the base of the tower. No choices to make. I think you should follow the left wall, boss. Frank says, grinning. For once, buddy, I agree with you. Escape the maze. After you say, I insist, Chief. After you. Then you both giggle and head through the exit at the same time. Okay, so we've got the tower. We've got the tower door now. Boris's lock. Jarlsberg's lock. Pete's lock. The star lock. The skeleton lock. And the digital lock. Back to the tower. Oh, we have to go through it, don't we? Before we go through, let's go buy the skill we need. And equip the Wand of Nagmark, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so buy Double Fisted Skull Smashing. This is gonna drop our man, is it a melee weapon? Is the wand technically a melee weapon? Offhand this kid. Okay, that way we still have our good damage from the hammer. Okay, so sequencing from this. Don't need that anymore. Okay, so we just did the door. So it's the wall of skin first, which we have the beehive for. After we do that, we need to use one of the crappy foods and fight the wall of meat. So, because I don't think, I don't think the fat fryers, flying burrito? That's food drops. I don't know. What's Corsican? Familiar spirits, don't need that. What is Smothers? That's booze. Okay, so the fat fryers can't help us. So, okay. Alright. Door. Open the door. Okay, tower level 1. Fighting the wall of skin, and this is the beehive. Alright, let's read it. This is the tower. We should read it. Your way forward is blocked by a wall of nasty stitched together human skin. You know, says Frank, if you'd asked me a minute ago if I'd be happier with skin, I would have said yes. Now, I'm not so sure. Beehive. Okay. Back to tower. So level 2. We're going to go eat that crappy food, which we've got to set on quality. So it should be near the bottom. And it was the pixel bread. Yeah. For 5 adventures. So we're gonna eat one. Hopefully that works. So we're gonna go level 2. The wall of meat. The way forward is blocked by a room-spanning wall of meat. Raw, pulsing, vein shot meat. I knew this thing was coming, says Frank, but I was not prepared. Black. We're gonna be conservative with our MP. Never mind, we are going full in on damage. How much HP does this thing have? Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Because we only got 375 meat, so we gotta go again. And yeah, we're LTSing from the start. Okay, so another 312. Theoretically, we get it in this one. Still, okay, well, you know. Whew. Okay, before we do level 3, I'm gonna heal. Oh wait, I can use one of the ones that I can't use in the quest. Miscellaneous. So I can use a scroll of drastic healing. Okay, back to tower. This should be the electric boning knife, I believe. Here we go. Haha! I forgot to read the thing, I'm sorry. Here, I will go to this to read it off for you guys. Skin, then meat, you say. What's next, Frank? Do you really need to ask, Chief? So, there we go. I read it for you guys, just to be the safe. Okay. Back to tower. The fourth one is we can gaze into the mirror. Confidence. Gonna maybe help us. Okay. So back. This is the using healing items. Let's go. Okay, shadow damage. So we want to use in our case, we're gonna use a filthy poultice. And then we're gonna use red pixel potion. What? Why didn't it let me use it? Red pixel potion. Where is it? Oh no, it did, and then it did that to me again. Okay. We're gonna use the massage oil because we're almost down. And I don't want to die here. Wait, wasn't the extra strength red potion? Is that one a heal all too? It's a better heal, but it's not a heal all. So we're gonna use the massage one. Where is the massage oil? Scented massage oil. There we go. Okay. So we've got the Naughty Sorceress chamber. All right. So we're all the way in here. Final showdown with her. So she has 400 hit points. She disables skills. She dispels all beneficial effects from you and your things. So Okay, our only hope. She has infinite initiative. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, yeah, we just lost all of our abilities. So, we're gonna try this. There's one type. Oh, I should have read her thingy. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back. You burst into the final room in the Naughty Sorceress's lair. There, sitting on a huge black throne, on a huge black dais, is the sorceress herself. Nothing could have prepared you for how evilly seductive and seductively evil she is. Even though she appears to have brought her wardrobe from warm subject, black leather corset, black leather dress, black leather crown, in her long black, not leather, hair, she's a vision of pure malevolent naughtiness. Congratulations, adventurer, she says. You finally made it to me. Now you may know the truth. The truth, you say? I can't handle the truth. You're the cause of all this. The monstrous quest, the bad puns. You did it all. You are so naughty. The sorcerer shrugs. I may be bad, she says, but I feel good. Now, are you sure you really want to fight me? Do you really want to hurt me? I am your mother. No, it's not true. It's impossible, you shout. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. No, it's not possible, you shout, raising your arms to the sky. The sorceress cackles. Well, that was over the top. And I'm not really your mother, stupid. Jeez, I could tell that all your fighting power comes from some lame microorganism in your bloodstream, and you'd believe it. Come up here on this dais and we'll rock you like a hurricane. On the dais? On the dais? Rock me on the dais? You say enraged. That's it. Call me the bus driver because I'm taking you to school. You leap up on the dais for the final battle. Okay, cool. So that, yeah, I'm really bad at reading things. That's fine. Okay, so there's bashing, slam, smash. Let's try it. That does more damage. Wait, are you serious? I actually did enough damage to her in 2 hits. Okay, this buildup has been terrible, but that was kind of cool. Okay, uh, the sorceress falls to her knees as the final blow lands. Gah! She cries. Seriously. A cloud of black mist begins to gather about her as she rides on the floor. Uh-oh. The mist obscures her completely before parting to reveal a hideous apparition. It's got more fangs and tentacles than an anime convention. Wow. Behold. I think I'm going to speak in a different voice. She's a different thing. Behold my true form, adventurer. And behold it well, for it is the last thing you will ever behold. Hold on a minute, you say. I'm not beholden to behold anything, you hideous creature. You found me beautiful once, she says. Honey, you got real ugly. Let's go. Um, I can't. I don't think I can. Can I do it again? Well, bam. It does less damage. Well, bam. Okay. Phase 3. The sorceress, in her hideous true form, falls to her hideous knee analogs as your final blow lands. This cannot be! This is not possible! It cannot be the case that it is the case! But it doesn't matter, adventurer. By slaying me in my true form, you have merely given me the power to assume my actual true form, which I'm about to do right now. Seriously, uh-oh. Oh, we auto win this part. Okay, cool. Dang it, you shout. How many times do I have to kill you? This battle's taken over half an hour and there's no save point. True. Yeah, if you get knocked out by the Naughty Sorceress, you have to climb the tower again. It sucks. Different voice now. There's sausage. Ha! You will never defeat me. The sorceress cackles. There's a muffled pop and a slightly greasy smell as the apparition vanishes and is replaced by a nasty looking floating sausage. It gets the jump on you. The sausage fires a beam of dark energy at you. Your wand of Nagmar begins to glow brightly. The beam of dark energy becomes a baked fairy gnome. Okay. What's up, dude? Do you need to cross the river? Dude, the gnome looks around through bloodshot eyes. Wait, where am I? He says, and wanders off. The sausage attacks you with a barrage of condiments. You mustered up the courage to wave your wand of Nagmar, which glows brightly. The barrage disappears, and in its place you see a grand fabric moose net. The net hangs in the air, seeking out moose to entrap. When it doesn't see any around, it vanishes. The sausage rotates end over end rapidly, creating a swirling vortex that pierces the very fabric of space-time itself. From deep within the vortex, an army of general thievery zip thugs emerges. They wave their zip guns and charge at you in a non-specific way. You feel rage growing inside you. Either that, or it's all those extra spicy burritos. Just funny, because that's what I've been consuming. You don't love me! You never loved me! You shout, and wave the wand of Nagamar before you. The general thievery zip thugs look confused for a second, then turn on the sausage and pulverize the greasy thing. Then they head out to parts unknown to continue their general thievery. You stare at the wand of Nagmar for a few seconds. Never has such unimaginable power been so undeniably goofy. But then you notice that your way to the king is clear. You win the fight! So, breaking the prism, I believe, is how you ascend? Maybe? Hold on. Let's go check the quest. Okay. Um. No, we can free him without anything happening. I think Ascension. Let's see what Ascension says. Ascension becomes available once you finish Naughty Sorceress. To encourage a continuation of the game, you may choose to step through mysterious astral gas and continue a more mysterious world beyond the pale. It's implemented way back when and revamped. If you've not completed the Naughty Sorceress quest, but you've ascended at least once before, and your last ascension was at least 11 days ago, you can end your ascension by selecting the reset button from. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, we're gonna break the prism. You shout, "Hi, Kiba!" and deliver a fierce karate chop to the prism. It shatters into a quintillion tiny pieces of magic, which whirl around the king and blow him back to safety on top of the devastated sorcerer's tower. The magic form a swirling vortex in the sky, which rips a gash in the very fabric of reality. Whoops! King Ralph the whichever ninth, 11th, whichever one it is, stands before you in all his regal glory. I'm sorry, adventurer, he says, but the king is in another castle. He then breaks into a hearty chuckle. Well done, adventurer! You laid the smackdown on that skank with admirable daring do and panache. I am eternally in your debt. Nice work, Chief, says Frank. You really showed her. And with that out of the way, I can finally shuffle off what's left of this mortal coil. I'll see you on the other side. Frank vanishes in the shimmering portal beyond where the king's prism used to be. So, that's it. That's all the main storyline quests. Congratulations, adventure. It's the end of your quest as we know it. Don't worry, we feel fine. You freed the king and made us obsolete. Oh well, hail to the king, baby. There's one little matter of obscure processing we forgot to say about. Sorry, Dave, our librarian, just brought it to our attention. Apparently, your physical presence is somehow tied to the continuing monster attacks in the kingdom. As long as you remain on this plane of existence, the attacks will continue. It seems that it isn't just the sorceress. The monsters just really don't like you. I don't suppose you'd bugger off this mortal coil, would you? Our instruments, especially the tuba, show there's a rip in the fabric of reality that appeared when you fought the sorceress. If you jump in there, you'll ascend to a higher plane, and peace will rule our land. So, yeah. That's the end of the main storyline quests. There are a bunch of other quests that can be done. On the wrong side test, there's the Dirt Walled Hovel of Potential Artists. You can do that one. There's the Thatch Roof Casino. I think there's a question there. There's the Cake Shaped Arena, the Gourd Tower. Like, there's a bunch of construction site is for something that happens after you ascend. The monorail station. Like, there's a lot of things you can do after you complete domain 13. This little shack on the beach here, it's the old man in the sea. That's kind of the end game quest content. In order to do that quest, you need a main stat of 600. So we won't be getting there anytime soon. And generally, it's not something you do on your first of ascension. Usually, you build up resources and cool stuff. So there's that. So I guess here at the end, I'm gonna go over some things. We'll go over ascension, but the other thing is there's this tab that's been here for a while. It's called Buffbot. There are various buffs you can get in the game. Some of the ones that I was getting are specific to Steel Clovers. Other ones come from other classes and can make you stronger, do special things, damage your attackers, get you more loot drops, get you more item drops, increase your monster levels so that you fight tougher monsters but get better rewards. So that's kind of some of the things that you can play with. The best one has been Buffbot, who is run by a bot called Noblesse Oblige, and a couple other players. And this is the name of my previous character. We're gonna get rid of that, but that's fine. So still not dead yet. Okay? So that's my player name. And so like Ghostly Shell gives you some stuff. Elemental Sauce Sphere, Jalapeno, and Scary Sauce are ones that, buff you in order to damage attackers. Leon's Fat Loot Lyric helps with getting more loot. Let's see, what's another one? Kringle's Curative Carol helps give you HP regen. Polka of Plenty is meat drops. And so there's an MP meter down here. And when you reach 300 MP, you can't put anything else on your character anymore. But again, these are ones that, like, this is free. Like 100%. It's free. You don't have to pay money. This player and the bot do accept resources sent to them, and I'll show that page in a moment. But like, these things are just available. Like, that's 100% it. And so when you've selected what you want to do, I've just randomly selected a bunch of them because they're what I normally put on my main account. Hit do it, and it gets fused. Requested 13 buffs for Still Not Dead Yet on this date via web interface. So, failed. Can't fit any more songs in there. I've got too many songs. Okay. So I would have to get rid of probably the Solemn Pointiness. So that might be something. The Cure of Kringle. So. So this is, what is Buffbot? A Buffbot is a bot that provides buffs, in this case for free. So what's with the MP? And basically talks about how buffs equal MP, and MP is not unlimited. So that. How do I get more MP? There's various ways. How does this work? Like, it's got a breakdown, and these are the resources they use to continually cast buffs on people. And so this is, I believe, the manager of the bot. And so this is a really helpful item, or not item. This is a really helpful service that this bot that someone created years ago. Like Noblesse Oblige has existed since I started playing on my main account, like way back in the day. So it's a super useful resource. I didn't show it in the first playthrough because it's an unfair advantage to you just starting out. Now you can have that unfair advantage because I've gone and shown you now that it exists. I think I have to log in and log out in order to show my buffs. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna log back in. You can't see anything, so that's helpful. So see, Buffy, uh, might have renamed the use obliged to Buffy. That's fine. So now I have all these things. So Fat Leon's loot lyric gives me plus item drops. So some of these would have been really helpful. Damages attacking opponents and gives me resistances. So these are really helpful buffs that a small, starting out player could use to massively, just massively do the quests a lot easier. But at the same time, I also wanted to show you guys, hey, just because it can doesn't mean that you're going to have that ability all the time. But I mean, like, just from Astral Shell, Jalapeno Sauce Sphere, and Scary Sauce, and Elemental Sauce Sphere. So those four, you get +4 resistance to most of your resistances, if not +5. So that's hugely helpful. And then Tenacity Snapper helps weapon damage. Like, there are a bunch of things. Ghostly Shell does damage absorption, so you're not hurting as much. Polka Plenty is the best one, plus 50% meat for monsters. Because that stacks with other things. Psalm of Poignance, I think, is damages attacker monsters. Yeah, it's another helpful one. So the Curative Kringle does HP regen, but I didn't get that one. Anyway, so Buffbot is, like I said, it's a bot run by a player who wanted to help the community. And it should be used that way. Now, I mean, one of the FAQ things says there might be a delay because a lot of people might be requesting. Not so much. There's only 300 people playing the game at once now. Maybe that'll be more. Maybe people will watch this and be like, I want to play the game. But so that's a really useful thing to do. But yeah, it's one of the useful things that I used extensively on my main account, even when I was low level. I didn't use it on this one because I wanted to show you guys the step by step of running without it. But yeah, Buffbot, it's great. Uh, if you search Buffbot into Google, it'll show up. All right, so about ascensions. So it happens when you finish the Naughty Sorceress quest. Um, and basically, basics right here. If you have anything to sell, you can't sell until it sells. The listing expires, you remove the item. Okay? All your quest items will vanish. Nothing else in your inventory will move to Hank's Essential Storage. That's the under construction thing. Cool. All your familiars' XP will be reset to 0 and their weights reset to 1, but they retain their kill counts. Cool. Well, in Valhalla, you cannot access your inventory, receive items from players. You cannot adventure anywhere. When you want to leave, go to Afterlife Al in the Bureau of Reincarnation. They will send you back to the kingdom, reincarnated as a new character. You are entitled to several rewards for defeating the Naughty Sorceress, as well as access to new convenient content, depending on the decision you make while talking now. You can only go beyond the pale once per day, as of January 30th, 2023. So that's limited you to 1 ascension per day. Your first run, either run you begin before you ascend, is considered an unrestricted normal run without a moon sign or Ronin period. So Ronin period is your items are locked for a number of adventures. So that's what that is. And a moon sign can have influence different adventures that you do. After you send, the following furnishing will remain in your campground: your mystical bookshelf, your colossal closet, magical mystical hippie stone, familiar grow terrarium, trophy case, quest log, telescope, advent calendar, drinking boat, your garden, and your work shed, plus the appliance installed therein. All other items are gone for good. Your housing is replaced with the ground, but your certificate of participation will remain in any housing. You can try. Kitchen will always start with an easy cook oven and a my first shaker cocktail crafting. So burning out a chef in the box and a bartender in the box prior to ascension in order to retrieve some of the components and the resulting explosion is common. Your hippie stone will be repaired if it is broken. Hippie stone keeps you from being attacked by other players. So decisions. Afterlife, Al provides you with many choices about your next life. You must choose a lifestyle: casual, normal, hardcore. Essentially, what we just did was a casual run, somewhat normal, casual. Hardcore has a lot of restrictions on it, um, and I'm not going to go into them in this. This is kind of just a brief overview. A class, a gender. So, like we start with, which path you wish to follow in your next life, unless your lifestyle is casual. So, they're like challenge paths you can choose and other things. And then a moon sign. Your lifestyle determines the base amount of karma you earn for an ascension. 11 for casual, 111 for normal, or 211 for hardcore. Your path may add bonus karma. So I guess we did a normal ascension technically. On ascension, the experience is reduced to 0. Any equipment. Yeah, okay. Paths. So there are dietary ones, which teetotaler may eat food and drink non-alcoholic drinks, but no booze. Boozitarian may booze, but no food. Octogenarian may not consume any food or drink. So these are the extra karma. Karma is used to perm skills, to make them permanent no matter where you're at. No dietary path, can eat and drink booze. There are also special challenge class standard, which depends on if you're going normal or hardcore. So those give extra karma. Special challenge paths, which come in seasonally, those would be like Avatar Boris, Avatar Jarlsberg, that kind of thing. The standard path, dietary paths, and current such paths all give karma rewards. Old challenge paths are available will only reward 50 if you want karma, 100 in hardcore, out of season for your first run of that path. Paths are not available during the casual run. You're entitled to an extra word as well as some extra karma depending on the difficulty of the path. The reward for completing Azazel Mabel varies. Okay, that's a. You cannot inadvertently violate a path. The game will prevent you from taking any action that would do so. At any stage throughout the game, you may choose to drop your path and resume a no path ascension. Doing so forfeits the reward for completing the path ascension, as well as the path reward and item from that quest, and the ability to access the item in the current ascension. Once you have freed the king at the end of the Naughty Sorceress path, all path and lifestyle restrictions are lifted without penalty, i.e., you can still receive the same prize at the end, with one exception. If you are pursuing 100% Black Cat Bad Moon Ascension, that's a specific thing. That's not you. Casual difficulty is the able to play the game with full access to the meat and items you acquired in your last life. And there's also no restriction on trading with other people. Normal. Cameron, the running phase, running lasts for 1,000 adventures, or until you free King Ralph, whichever comes first. Until running, you cannot withdraw more than 20 items or 20,000 meat per day from the long-term storage. You can mix the two. Each item pulled is equal to 1,000 meat. Okay. Receive items, buffs, or meat from other players. You may receive items and meat in gift boxes, but you cannot open them until you finish running. So you can't use Buffbot in a normal difficulty with Ronin active. That's important to know. Trade any items with players. Withdraw any items from your clan stash. Purchase any items from the flea market. That one hurts. Not being able to purchase stuff from the flea market means you have to make your own food and booze. So if you're going to descend under a normal one, definitely take Postamancer, because that you get access to dry noodles, and you can make a lot of good and awesome food on the cheap. So, because you're going to be making or farming all of your own food and booze. PvP for anything other than pretty flowers or okay, that doesn't matter. Withdraw anything from your display case or your mall store. Collect meat from a potted meat bush, potted meat tree, or an exotic. That's no. Um, a lot of these are specifically from extra items that are really expensive and hard to get. Hardcore difficulty. Hardcore is similar to Ronin, except that the restrictions last until you have freed King Ralph, and you may not retrieve any items for long-term storage under the ID and is marked as free pulls. So they will tell you what's a free pull. In Hardcore, you can't get any items. Okay. Can't receive meat and buffs. Trade with any players. Use your clan. Buy or sell items at the flea market. PvP. Yeah, basically, hardcore is really about locking in. I would recommend not doing hardcore until you've got a few ascensions under your belt. Or unless you want to suffer. If you want to suffer, go for it. But it's hardcore would be basically what we did, except all the times I went and bought booze, you wouldn't have been able to do that. So yeah. So Bad Moon is bad. We're just gonna leave it at that. So and doing ascensions for each run. So the current ones are create paper participants close, but there is a shop where you can get previous years stuff by trading in current year's runs. So I know people who have been farming backwards to get the items from these ones because they might be better. So there's that. Most of this is not anything big. I'm not seeing anything hugely. It's mostly specific stuff. So, dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. There's some invention rewards. So, this is important. Any skills you haven't marked either softcore or hardcore permanent will be lost upon ascension. So the reason that you want the extra karma is because that lets you softcore or hardcore perm skills, so you don't have to get them again. So, say I hardcore permed torso awareness. Where's it at? Right here. I would never again have to do the quest to get the t-shirt. I would just have it all the time. Or if I hardcore permed, I don't know, there's a bunch of them. Super advanced meat smithing. I could always do the super advanced meat smithing. I wouldn't need to worry about that. Or cold shoulder, which I think does gives me so cold resistance. No, those are smacking deals. There's a couple of them. Critical hits, yeah. Audacity Auto. Critical hits do 3 times damage. That'd be great on any character. Like damage absorption plus 50. Like some of these are just really good. Fury's not one that transfers well. Claws of the Walrus, weapon damage. That's great. You know, like there are just some ones that don't deal with class specific mechanics that are great to perm. Torso awareness was one of the ones that are just great all the time. So, but that means that if I were to descend as like a Potstamancer and I'd permed um, Tongue of the Walrus, where's that? Tongue of the Walrus. When I got beaten up, I could just use that instead of having to rest in my tent from day one. So, and that's actually usually the first choice people make with a seal clubber is tongue of the walrus, so they don't have to, when they get beaten up, rest. So it's just useful. So that's Ascension in a nutshell. Um, yeah. So anyway, yeah. So this will be the last episode for a while in this run. I'm not gonna get rid of the account. I might not do things with the account for a bit, but this is the last one because let's be honest, I made it. I did all the main quests. Um, so yeah, I don't really know what else to do with it. Like, and at the same time, also, you know, what you do from here, kind of as it mentioned in the thing, is like it's 100% up to you after you beat the Naughty Sorceress. The game is your oyster. You want to join a clan, do a clan things. You could do that. It's you all the power to you, you know? But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Um I hope it helped someone, you know. This is a great game. It's a good laugh. It's sad that a lot of people aren't playing it anymore, but that happens with some games. Um and I appreciate you watching these. And everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.